Hello friends and welcome back. Continuing where I left off, we are leaving Ollantaytambo on the train headed towards Aguascalientes. Aguascalientes is the town that's in the valley right below Machu Picchu. There's a very small population here, and it's mainly tourist attraction, of course, given it's right next to Machu Picchu, but it is so gorgeous. This was definitely one of my favorite places to go in Peru because it's a lot more humid and there's a lot more trees and water, and we were right on the outskirts of the jungle. We had to take a bus from the town all the way up to the mountain. It was very steep and windy, but it was a lot of fun. It was absolutely breathtaking to see the sun rays casting over the mountains as morning light hit. So welcome to Machu Picchu. This is obviously a huge highlight of the trip. I was absolutely blown away. Machu Picchu far exceeded my expectations from what I had seen in pictures and even videos before. It's so magical, and there's such a deep ancient root. You can just feel it when you stand in place here. It's absolutely mind-blowing to see how the ancient Inca hand-cut all of the terraces in the side of a mountain, and a super steep mountain, mind you, and they hand-cut every stone and placed it by hand. Our guide told us the power of the coca leaf and how that was a huge part of daily life and also helped give them lots of energy, which was much needed when crafting an entire civilization on the top of a mountain. This was probably the most complex civilization ever built, given its location and the period of time when it was built. So this mountain that you see right here that I keep showing with Machu Picchu nestled beside it, you'd think that mountain is Machu Picchu, but actually that one is Huayna Picchu. Huayna Picchu is the smaller mountain, and actually behind us over here, as I'm panning the shot over, you can see this large mountain up here that stands above Machu Picchu is actually the Machu Picchu mountain. There are so many different symbols of the cultural and religious practices here. There's a stone-carved sundial, which helped to portray the seasons as well as the time of day. These special windows cut were also to let in the sun during certain times of year and certain times of day. There were also even special rocks that were cut to mimic the mountain line, which again was another symbol of celebration and respect for the mountains in the area. This statue formation over here represents a condor, which is a very respected animal amongst the Inca. The larger standing rocks are the wings, and this carved stone down here is the head. Our guide did an excellent job giving us a huge lesson of history here. It's so wonderful to learn the culture from somebody that's very passionate about just diving in and exploring all there is to know about it, so just want to thank him for that. Machu Picchu is absolutely amazing, and I definitely made sure to go and get a stamp in my passport down in Aguascalientes. That same day we took the train and headed back towards Ollantaytambo, got on a long bus ride, and headed back to our original hotel that I showed in the first vlog. And then the next day we got up very early and headed towards the famous Rainbow Mountains. Now there are two different Rainbow Mountain hikes. There is Vinicunca, which is the most popular one. You've probably seen lots of pictures on Instagram or other social media. And then there's the lesser known Palcoyo Rainbow Mountain. And we decided to go to Palcoyo Rainbow Mountain for a number of reasons. One, the climb of the hike is a much more gradual elevation climb as opposed to Vinicunca. And also there are 3 different rainbow mountains to see and enjoy on this hike versus on Vinicunca, which is the one big rainbow mountain. Another reason why I was especially attracted to this site was because there were a lot less people. There's far less visitors per day, since it is lesser known, and I just really wanted to bask in the glory and beauty of these mountains in a more peaceful setting. Everywhere you look here is colorful, and it's because millions of years ago all of this land used to be underwater, and there were different minerals and sediments in the soil. So over millions of years, as the water level came down and the mountains rose up, all these minerals in the soil began to show off these beautiful colors. Now these rainbows were actually covered in snow for a long time until about 2018 when, because of global warming and changes in weather, the snow melted, revealing these gorgeous rainbows cascading over the land. I even was able to film an entire yoga class over at the Rainbow Mountains, which I'm so thankful that I got the opportunity to do. I will be editing and posting that shortly, so definitely go and check that out because I'm very proud of what I've created, and it was just a beautiful experience and a really great class too. At the end of the hike, we hiked all the way up to these really jagged looking rocks, which to me almost look like a crown, or on closer examination, they remind me of the standing stones in Scotland. Up here, the elevation was the highest, equating the elevation of the Alps. The air was so thin and so peaceful. It was truly a blessing to get to journey here. So after Rainbow Mountain, we returned and got on a bus, and this was the first bus that we had to get on with other groups, and we started our long journey to Puno. And on the way we stopped, right as we were entering the area to Puno, we stopped and spent some time, bought some things at this little market area. And I just want to share this clip where we almost lost one of our travel companions on the bus.
I went into the bathroom with my toothbrush, and my bottle of water. Where's Rosario?
Oh.
Wait.
Rosario's not here.
Which again? She's
Rosario's not here.
Come on.
She's just waving.
You can laugh better or cry. You can pick one.
She would probably show up at the next stop before us.
She would find a way.
Is she from Peru?
She's from Peru.
Okay.
And this seems like a pretty good place to stop. I hope you guys really enjoyed these incredible highlights from my Peru trip. Stay tuned for part 3, where we continue the journey to Puno, where there is so much more magic to explore. I'll see you in my next one.